Now, this is a critical point, Dennis, because I think there's so much of the contrary assumption that infects conservative rhetoric. I mean, to take an example that seems far-fetched but is closely related. Look at all the conservatives who say, look at the double standard in the media. They want Trump's tax returns, but they will give Biden and Biden's family a pass. So when conservatives say this, they're appealing to a higher standard of impartiality or objectivity. But we don't realize that the people in the media that we're talking about don't have such a standard. They don't care about impartiality. We're ascribing to them higher motives that they don't even possess. And that's why our argument falls flat, because we're trying to call them to something that they have no interest in being called to.
That's exactly right. The movie, again, that Dinesh D'Souza has made is called Trump Card. You can see it at salemnow.com, and it's before its release. Who did you make it with?
You know, this was fantastic. We had to make the movie under COVID conditions, so I was nervous about it. But we made a really good movie and a big one. I'm actually sorry it's not in the theater, and I wish that when people watch it, they can watch it on any device. But it's obviously the most cool if you can watch it on a big screen TV, because it was made for that kind of largeness of viewership. It's a real movie with tremendous music. It's frightening at parts, but it's also inspiring and moving. So I'm very proud of it. It is a story that nails socialism, and it looks at the peculiar role of Trump, not just as the political leader of the fight against socialism, but also as the quintessential capitalist, which he has been for most of his career.
So I'm going to ask you a question that's it's on one I get all the time, because I'm a Jew. I'm always asked, why are so many Jews on the left? So I'll ask you, why are so many Indian Americans on the left?
Because the ordinary Indian American still sees himself as a guest in America. The ordinary Indian American does not feel that his family values are threatened. The ordinary Indian American wants to take his picture with a Barack Obama and put that on the piano to be able to show his neighbors. That's the aspiration of the successful Indian professional or Indian doctor. And then the Indians who go to colleges in America, they want to assimilate, but they assimilate to the progressive culture of those universities. They think that's what it means to become more American. So it's very sad what's happening. The Indian Americans at some point will wake up, but they haven't woken up yet.
It's a great answer. Assimilation means left. That's right. That's exactly right. And the first part was also interesting. So I don't see the connection. They feel, the average Indian American still feels as if he is sort of a stranger or guest. So he is more at home on the left? Is that what you're saying?
No. What I'm saying is that the Indian American is still living in an insulated culture in America. So, for example, the ordinary Indian family, the parents don't feel that their kids are going to end up pregnant or on drugs. They feel that they still have that kind of Indian level of control over them, and therefore the cultural debris of our society doesn't affect them quite so much. That's the point I'm trying to make. They don't see how bad it can be and what the Democrats will do to the Indian community and Indian culture and Indian values because it hasn't penetrated through yet.
So are there conservative, Candace Owens, Larry Elder are conservative black voices. I'm a conservative Jewish voice, Ben Shapiro is. Are there conservative, in other words, are you regarded as Dinesh D'Souza or as a conservative Indian American?
No, the Indian Americans just look at me as sort of the local boy made good. I don't speak for the Indian community. The Indians, but I also don't get attacked. I mean, I notice that, for example, black Americans have been bitterly attacked as Uncle Toms. The Indian community will not do that to me because, again, they see themselves as newcomers in this country, and if an Indian American, makes it to the NBA or an Indian American invents something or an Indian American is on TV, they're excited for that alone.
I totally get it. The movie is Trump Card, up at salemnow.com. Might as well order it now during the break. We'll be back with Dinesh D'Souza.